The new Saudi Golf League has been a major talking point. The league is offering the world's top golfers a big payday, but the PGA Tour doesn't have any interest in sharing the spotlight here. Well, yesterday, the new league officially released the first 42 confirmed entrants. PGA Tour has been very clear about how they feel about golfers playing on this Saudi-backed tour, and it's been rumored the tours threaten lifetime bans to those who decide to participate in the new league, which would be kind of counterintuitive to if you're the PGA Tour, you still want to have these players, now you're going to ban them for a lifetime. So you're going to have a game of chicken here. Two-time major champ Dustin Johnson signed up for the LIV Golf Invitational. That's June 9th. Johnson could face penalties from the PGA Tour for his involvement, but the commitment to the Saudi League is proof that money talks. It's impossible for us to know what the future is going to be like for the new league. And you might look at this, if you're old enough, the USFL. The USFL in 1982 and 83, they went out after the biggest names in college football. Doug Flutie was the biggest name in college football. Herschel Walker, the biggest name in college football. Anthony Carter, wonderful player out of Michigan. Steve Young out of BYU. You had some marquee players, and they grabbed those players. Now, the USFL, their biggest problem was themselves. They got too greedy. If they had had a longer play, I think that a couple of those teams would have been absorbed by the NFL. And that's what some of the goals were for some of the owners there. But so much conflict surrounding the committed players of the PGA in this new league, going to be an interesting showdown and see what tack the PGA Tour takes. Now, you don't have a lot of big names over there. Sergio Garcia, Dustin Johnson's a big name. Louis Oosthuizen. I mean, there's some players that are there, but they're more players that are international players, not from the United States. But for all the grief that Phil Mickelson took, Dustin Johnson quietly is going to go play in this. And there's a lot of money at stake. But there are going to be teams, just so everybody knows the format, that there will be individual money at stake, but there's also teams, and you're going to have a team captain drafting 3 other players. It's a snake draft. And then you're going to be playing each week as a team, but then there's going to be money for individuals. And you're talking about quite a bit of money here that if you start to look at that, the LIV Golf Invitational has a purse of $25 million. The Masters purse was $15 million. The PGA Championship, $20 million. And that was a record for pro golf. And this is what some of the golfers want. They want the prize money raised. And you're going to have 48 golfers. There's no cuts. There's 3 rounds of golf. And this is their approach. They're saying to these players, you guys want to come have some fun, make a lot of money. No tradition here. But if you're the PGA Tour, do you say, you know what, if you go play, you get a lifetime ban, even though you need that player? I mean, Dustin Johnson still has a following, still a very, very good player. But are you going to say to them, nope, we don't want you, even though you need them? That's where it gets tricky here for the PGA Tour. By the way, we've reached out to Greg Norman, who's heading up the LIV Tour, Phil Mickelson, Jay Monahan, who's the commissioner, PGA Tour. All quiet here. It's called being ghosted, I think. Nobody wants to talk about this. They're all talking about it. Nobody wants to talk about this publicly. But I find it interesting, the approach that the PGA Tour is going to take. Now, do you get a couple other players who then go, are you guys having fun? Yeah, they take care of you. It's great. Big money. It's just fun. Yeah. Well, how much you making so far? Yeah, I got like $8 million and I haven't really done anything. Yeah, okay. Three days, that's it? Yeah, teams, we have fun. Go to dinner, individual money is at stake here. Like, it's good. And what happens when they bring up the Saudis? Like, what do you guys say? It hadn't really come up that much, Or, hey, we've already talked about that. Like, these are the conversations going on. Just so you know. They're going on privately, quietly. Yes, Eaton.
How many people on this list does the PGA truly need?
Need. Okay. Do you need Sergio? No. You'd like to have him because he's a big draw. Masters champ. Dustin Johnson, not a personality, great player, but nobody's tuning in to listen to Dustin Johnson talk about his round, although I don't know if you care about that. I saw where there was a Koepka. I think it's Brooks Koepka's brother who's playing on the LIV Invitational Tournament.
That'd be Chase Koepka.
The Frank Stallone of golf.
Yes, yeah. I once sat next to Sylvester Stallone's brother, Frank Stallone, on a plane. He was wild. Huh. And he had a comment about everybody and everything. And he's really loud. And I went, Frank, you don't talk so loud on the plane. Don't tell me to not talk so loud on the plane. I go, okay, Frank. Yeah, Paul.
Now at the tee, Brooks Koepka's
brother.
You whisper the brother part. Oh, that's not him.
Yeah. So that's where we are. And this is June 9th. And I think the coverage of this will be interesting. They have teams. You're drafting players. That's interesting as well. But it comes back to what Phil Mickelson said about the Saudis. And that's where this kind of went off the rails. Because I think Greg Norman's approach, Greg Norman has a problem with the PGA Tour. Has a big problem. Everybody wants free agency. That's the big expression here. Hey, finally, free agency. Okay. PGA Tour says you got to be here, you got to play an X number of events, and they probably say, you know what, we want to have some freedom here. And maybe this makes the PGA Tour better. Maybe the PGA Tour reacts in a way that makes it better. Bigger purses, whatever it might be. But now you got to be in Amber Alert just a little bit here. You got to be aware of what's going on. The money that's there, and there's always going to be money there. Now the question is, who's going to go? Do you have to go and play in every event, which I'm going to guess you do? And if you're going to be on a team, are there going to be replacements, substitutes? But right now it's 48 players, and they're going to have teams, and they're playing for some pretty good money here. Yeah, Paul.
I think a lot of people don't understand this league, where the events are being played. Half of the events, there's only 8, are being played in the United States. Miami, Chicago, Boston, and Portland. And it's not like this is a Saudi Arabia tour where all the events are near Saudi Arabia. I think there's 1 or 2 there. The other places, Bangkok and London. Yeah. So it's very international, and it's heavy American.
And I thought initially it was just going to be played in Saudi Arabia. And I thought, well, you know, you're going to just play on the same course the whole time. And then you realize that they were going around the country and then around the world. But I am curious what the PGA Tour is going to do here. And the fact that, you know, the Saudis, they said to Jack Nicklaus, $100 million, we want you to be the face. And Jack goes, no, I started the PGA Tour. I can't do that. But he said, look, he met with them just out of respect, but they wanted to give him $100 million. Who knows what Greg Norman's getting, but they wanted to give Jack Nicklaus $100 million just to be the de facto commissioner or face of the LIV Tour.